This is the 1 month overview for ARKK throughout the month of August 2022. It's currently August 2nd, 2022, 9:26 p.m. That's Eastern Time. ARKK, ARK Innovation ETF. So the overall theme and behavior for the month of August is sideways price swings. Looks like along a support level there should be equal amounts of bulls and bears, but there may be a little bit more bulls than bears. There may be no, because we have a month's low at the end of the month. So sideways rotation along support level with sideways price swings. Behavior around the high. There's a notable rally to reach the high, and there's a fast, sudden move higher marking the end of a period of volatility that forms the high. Something to do with, there's a trade opportunity around the high, notable trade opportunity on a multi-month chart that stands out here, having to do with an agreement between two leaders or a merger of some sort. Behavior around the low, there's going to be a notable decline to reach the low, so there's a lot of movement here, guys. A lot of movement, which would go with price swings here. And a good cash-in opportunity, it looks like, at the month's low. And or between the 19th and the 22nd, but we'll get into that. But there's a notable decline off of that month's high, so good trade opportunity around the high. Looks like to open up puts most likely, and a notable decline from that high to reach the month's low. A sharp dip within a period of volatility to reach that low. So the high and the low both speak of volatility. They also speak of a male leader and a female leader. And then there's something going on with litigation or some sort of law, maybe bylaws or something to do with legalities, and an agreement or a merger of some kind. All right, so for the first week, starting on the first, we have a rally offering an opportunity to open up a short position. It looks like it likely want that to expire past the 5th for a short swing trade. Probably have it expire like on the 12th and sell it on the 5th. If I'm wrong about the 5th, there's likely the lows right around that weekend. But that rally is out of our first notable trough. We have midday on the 1st, and there's a rally there on the 1st, marking an opportunity to open up a long short position. There's two local highs on the 1st. So what I mean by a local high is on a one-day chart of the 1st, you're going to see a prominent high, two prominent highs. So there's two local highs, right? The first high offers that opportunity in the midst of a rally that increases momentum moving into the local high, offers an opportunity to open up a short position. The other high forms when we have some sideways fluctuations with the bullish trend, and that card, the Chariot card, always precedes a decline. So that sideways fluctuation with the bullish trend precedes the decline. We have a month's high, our first month's high, or month's important crest here, very likely a month's high here on the 2nd. There's one local high there, and it forms when we have a sharp dip out of a rally. So there's a move higher along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, meeting a second resistance, and then there's a sharp dip there. And that forms the high. There's three trade opportunities there, one involving an agreement between two leaders, another one involving a drop through a support level to meet a secondary support level, and then we rotate sideways along that support. And the third trade opportunity involves a sharp dip from a peak or high on a one-day chart for the 2nd. On the 3rd, we have advised to open up some protection. On the 3rd, we have an opportunity in the midst of volatility here to position oneself for both directions, so using option spreads. There's two local lows. There's two local lows and one local high on the one-day chart for the 3rd. In the midst of that volatility, the local high forms when we have that rally along diagonal trend line, we break through horizontal resistance, meet a secondary resistance, and then we have a sharp dip there. There's two local lows. One, there's a notable move to the upside on a one-day chart out of the low. The other one forms when we have selling from overbought territory on RSI into the low. So that's likely a notable low. And there's a swing trade opportunity here as well. So a day trade opportunity and a swing trade opportunity on the 2nd. a swing trade opportunity here to close likely close a position opened on the 2nd. Or to open protection. Well, you'd need to do 2 things here to position yourself for both directions on the 3rd. And it looks like we have a move higher, notable move on the 4th, and it looks like a move higher on the 4th out of that a trough. We visit a support level when we have a sharp dip within a period of sideways rotation. There's one local high that forms, and on a one-day chart there's a notable reversal that will stand out. We also have a trade opportunity on a one-day chart for the 4th, where we have a move sideways along a support level. We rise to meet the nearest resistance, tap it, and then we come back down to the support level and move sideways along it again. On the 5th, we visit past problems. There's a trade opportunity. Looks like around the end of the day, a cash trade opportunity. And we may very likely have a day's high at the end of the day, but there's very bearish energy. We revisit past problems, and there's a flight to safety on the 5th, possibly from the end of the day. Excuse me. Why do I have Morpheus glasses on? Well, when you predict the stock market with a 98% average accuracy, you don't want people to know who you are. That's why I have sunglasses on. It's actually kind of a pain in the butt to read in the dark. But I like my privacy. And if you check out our YouTube channel, Tarot for Traders, you're going to see we have 100% accuracy on the majority of our predictions. There's over 700 predictions on YouTube. Check it out. More Neo. Sorry guys, I just had somebody on TikTok kind of get smart. All right, so on the 8th we have 3 pokes through the same price level, followed by a sharp drop off of that 3rd poke, and that third poke likely brings us to another prominent trough for the month of August. On the 9th, there's a swing trade opportunity. I gotta fix my volume, guys, sorry. Alright, there we go. So on the 9th, there's erratic behavior back and forth along the same price level, or around the 9th. With one notable drop offering a trade opportunity. There's a notable drop off of a peak when we revisit a past recent opportunity at a crest. It was a recent crest that we'll revisit, and it's in the midst of that erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level around the 9th. On the 10th, there's a notable move to the upside out of a prominent trough. We successfully create new support, at least on a one-day chart there. On the 11th, we have some erratic behavior out of a prominent trough. We have a notable move to the upside and a prominent crest on the 11th that forms. Fast and move higher on the 12th from, it looks like, a low. So overnight on the 11th, there may be a little bit of a gap down, or there's a decline at the end of the day on the 11th or early in the morning on the 12th. And out of that decline, there's a fast sudden move higher to the upside, moving all the way from the bottom of a range to the top of the range. The local high for the one-day chart on the 12th also offers there'll be a notable reversal on a one-day chart of the 12th. It'll stand out on a one-day chart. On the 15th, we have a notable drop and a swing trade opportunity in the midst of a drop from a peak. It'll be a prominent drop on a one-day chart and likely a prominent drop on a one-month chart. We have another prominent trough, though. Another prominent crest that forms somewhere around it likely forms around the 17th, actually. So we have more decline, it looks like, from the 15th into the 16th, possibly even to the 17th. But there's a notable amount of movement. Okay, let me back up. So it looks like we would likely have a high here on the 11th, a month's high on the 11th or on the 12th. Yeah, and we have a lot of price movement off of a crest somewhere here between like the 16th and the 17th. But there's a lot of bearish movement and a big move from a day's high or crest here, between the 17th and the 18th. Big move to the downside. Big move to the downside. Um, Likely selling from overbought territory on RSI. Now we have on the around the 18th, we have a move to the upside. We stay there briefly. It's a move through a resistance level. That's key. We stay there briefly, and then we break down through that same price level shortly thereafter. Around the 19th, there's a rally early in the day, along a diagonal trend line. It ends with a fast sudden move higher and a prominent reversal there. With that fast sudden move higher, a prominent reversal at the day's high. It'll stand out on a one-day chart, and then we have a breakdown through that diagonal trend line that we were rallying along, with increasing volatility on the way down. We have significant opportunity towards the end of the month to open up to cash in on some puts. It looks like on the 22nd we have a failed attempt to break through a key resistance level, followed by a decline through a key support level. There's one local high, so on a one-day chart there'll be one notable high that stands out, and out of that, one notable low that stands out, and out of that low there'll be a notable move to the upside. It's something kind of like improbable may take place, or something lucky. We have the end of a rally on the 23rd, so a move higher that ends with a prominent drop on a one-day chart. It'll stand out from that high. There's also a correlation here to price swings. Correlation to price swings here on the 23rd. On the 24th, we have another peak or prominent crest that may stand out here in the midst of some volatility. One local low on a one-day chart of the 24th, it'll stand out. There'll be a big move, improbable move, or a lucky move to the upside out of that local low. And then we have another month's low here on the 25th, very likely the month's low here on the 25th, with a move higher, prominent move higher, either from a gap down overnight where you go to fill that gap down, or from severely oversold territory on RSI. But there's a notable move to the upside out of a month's low here. Around the 25th, there's another prominent crest. So it's like we have a little bit of a peak here, and then a trough with a big move higher, another peak here, and that peak forms with a rally that increases with momentum moving into the day's high on the 26th. From that high, we break down at resistance. We break down a key resistance. We break down with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. And those spikes up meet resistance at moving averages that are likely in bearish formation. On the 29th, over the weekend, we have move into the downside. And on the 29th, we have a decline that commences either from a failed attempt to break through a key resistance level on the 26th, or we fail to break through a key resistance level again on the 29th here. And instead of us breaking through it like people are expecting, we decline through a key support level as well. There's a notable trade opportunity, swing trade opportunity on the 29th that involves a prominent drop on a one-day chart, a prominent drop from a peak. On the 30th, we have a notable move to the upside out of another prominent trough for the month. This may be the same price level as we had for this month's low here around the 25th. It may be the same price level. It may not be. It's going to be a prominent trough. And out of it, we have a big move to the upside. The low involves a move higher through resistance level, staying there briefly and breaking back down through that same price level. So that'll happen around the low. And the two local highs that we see on a one-day chart for the 30th, one will form when we have a rally that increases with the momentum moving into the high. The other one will form when we have sideways fluctuations with a bullish trend that precedes a decline. And you can see the following day we have a decline and a swing trade opportunity. Swing trade opportunity involves a notable decline on a one-day chart that starts from a peak And there's also, for the 31st, or on the 31st, we have a decline to and through a support level to meet another support level. We bounce along sideways along that support level for a bit, and then we break down through multiple support levels on the 31st. The 30th, that move higher on the 30th, it really offers an opportunity to open up short position, protect against long ones. There's also a cash-in opportunity here. Looks like around the, I'd like to do it around the 25th. I'd likely do it, I'd likely sell my puts around like early part of the 4th week, so between the 22nd and the 25th, somewhere in there. The sneak preview for the following month. It's a kind of a ambiguous directional card. We have the Emperor, but that indicates that a male ruler of nations is somehow highlighted in a significant way, affecting ARKK. Let's get another sneak preview card, see if we can get some direction. Okay, so out of a decline, we have a notable move to the upside from the bottom of a range all the way to the top of the range for a sneak preview card for the month of September. Anyhow, guys, that's ARKK. That's the innovation, the ARK Innovation ETF. This is a pretty cool one. I love innovation. And guys, if you want to see more ARKK, hit that like button, let me know. Do me a favor and hit the follow button if you haven't done so yet. And share it with your friends, somebody you think it'll help. Most importantly, my friends, when you make money from the information in this reading, take a little bit of that and pay it forward. Keep that flow going forward. Take a little bit of that and show some gratitude right here at the Cash App, where I spend all day doing this, guys. We dropped probably over $100,000 this year on hours with my team. So where's the money? It's going into these predictions that we're giving away for free, my friends. So show some gratitude. You want to keep it going. We need your support. Also check out our Kickstarter if it's running right now. We have a Kickstarter likely running through the 13th of August. That'll start likely tomorrow on the 3rd. And that's that, guys. That's the ARKK reading for August 2022. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.